What if, somewhere out there, another you exists, but they're just a little different? What if, for every choice you ever made, another version of you made the opposite decision, living in a world just like ours, or one that's wildly different? Welcome to the strange, mind-bending question. Are parallel universes real science, or are they mere imagination? The idea of parallel universes isn't just something from comic books or sci-fi movies. It's actually rooted in real physics. In fact, there are several major theories that suggest other worlds might be out there. Let's start with the quantum many-worlds interpretation. Back in 1957, physicist Hugh Everett proposed something radical. He suggested that every time a quantum measurement is made, the universe splits. Every single possibility becomes its own reality. So, in one universe, a tiny particle goes left. In another, it zips to the right. If this is true, it means that over time, you and I could have countless twins living out every possible version of our lives in separate, branching universes. Then there's the theory of cosmic inflation and bubble universes. We know that in its earliest moments, the universe expanded incredibly faster process called inflation. Some models suggest that this inflation never completely stops everywhere. Instead, new universes might bud off from the expanding cosmic fabric, like bubbles in a boiling pot. Each of these bubble universes could have its own unique physical constants, or even entirely different laws of physics, making them profoundly alien to our own. Finally, we have Brane cosmology, which comes from the mind-bending world of string theory. In these Brane world models, our entire three-dimensional universe is imagined as a vast membrane or brane floating in a higher dimensional space. According to this idea, other parallel universes might be floating right next to ours, separated by just a tiny distance in a dimension we can't perceive. They could be just a millimeter away, yet completely invisible and untouchable. All right, these are fascinating theories, but is there any actual scientific evidence to back them up? Let's look at what the research, experiments, and cosmology are telling us right now. While we can't directly observe a universe splitting in two, experiments in quantum mechanics constantly show us something just as weird. Particles can exist in multiple states at once, a phenomenon called superpositioning, till they are measured. The many worlds interpretation is just one way to explain this bizarre behavior, and it remains perfectly consistent with what we see in the lab. Scientists have also looked for clues in the oldest light in the universe, the cosmic microwave background, or CMB. Some researchers have searched for cold spots or unusual circular patterns in this ancient radiation, thinking they could be cosmic bruises left over from a collision with another universe. So far, the evidence isn't conclusive. Many of these anomalies have other, less exotic explanations, but the search continues. And what about string theory? It's a beautiful mathematical framework that allows for extra dimensions and the existence of brane worlds. However, it remains unproven. We currently have no direct experimental evidence for other branes, but that could change. Future, more powerful particle colliders or next-generation gravitational wave detectors might, just might, pick up faint hints from another dimension or a cosmic neighbor. Now, let's let our imaginations wander for a moment. What if parallel universes are real? What would that actually mean for us, for reality itself? The implications are staggering. First, it would mean infinite possibilities. Every decision you've ever made, every fork in the road, no matter how small, would spawn a new universe. There would be a universe where you took that different job, a universe where you pursued that long-lost love, or even a universe where major historical events unfolded in a completely different way. Somewhere out there, there's a version of you living out every what if, but not all universes would be like ours. Some might have entirely alternate laws of physics. Imagine a universe where the force of gravity is much stronger, or where atoms could never form. In these places, life as we know it would be impossible. They would be sterile, empty voids or chaotic maelstroms of energy. This brings up the big question: could we ever communicate or travel between these universes? For now, science says probably not. The universes might be causally disconnected, separated by boundaries that are fundamentally impassable. But this also raises deep philosophical questions about identity. If countless versions of your twin exist in other universes, are they really you? What does consciousness even mean if it's constantly branching into infinite copies? It's important to remember that none of these ideas are proven facts. They all face huge challenges and criticisms from within the scientific community. The biggest hurdle is non-falsifiability. A core principle of science is that a theory must be testable. If you can't design an experiment to prove it wrong, is it really science, or is it philosophy? Many critics argue that parallel universe models fall into this category. If we can never observe or interact with these other worlds, the idea remains pure speculation. There's also the principle of Occam's razor, which suggests that the simplest explanation is usually the best one. Some physicists prefer theories that don't require an infinite number of unseen universes unless overwhelming evidence forces them to. Adding infinite universes feels, to some, like an unnecessarily complicated solution. And where would all the energy and matter for these infinite universes come from? This raises profound questions about the conservation of energy and how such a system could even exist without violating the fundamental laws of physics as we understand them. Ultimately, if these universes truly don't interact with ours, they might as well be invisible and irrelevant, existing in theory only. Okay, with the heavy science out of the way, let's dive into some fun speculative scenarios. Assuming for a moment that multiverses are real, imagine meeting your alternate self. Picture shaking hands with a version of you who became a rock star, an astronaut, or a hermit living in the woods. Would you recognize yourself in them? Would you get along? What would you even talk about? Think about the parallel history worlds, a universe where the dinosaurs were never wiped out and continued to evolve, a universe where humanity never appeared on Earth, or one where our planet is a frozen, howling ice world. History would not be a single line, but an infinitely branching tree of possibilities. In science fiction, characters often borrow exotic energy or advanced knowledge from other universes. While this is purely speculative in real physics, these thought experiments are where creativity and scientific curiosity can run wild, pushing us to ask new and exciting questions. So, are parallel universes real, or are they just the playground of our collective imagination? The honest answer is, we don't know. But the leading edges of physics, cosmology, and quantum theory keep nudging us toward this incredible possibility. One day, we might detect a faint echo from another universe in the cosmic background radiation, or find gravitational ripples that hint at the collision of two cosmic brains. Until then, we explore. We wonder. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, leave a like and share this video with other curious minds. And let me know in the comments if you could meet another you from a parallel universe. What is the one question you would ask them? Don't forget to subscribe for more cosmic mysteries, theoretical science, and mind-bending what-ifs. Thanks for watching.